Welcome. I'm Chris Badgett from Lifter LMS, and today we're going to do a live training where I'm going to build a for-profit online course from scratch with no steps skipped using WordPress and Lifter LMS. I just want to welcome everybody on the call who we've got so far. We've got Adam, TM is in the house, Alan, Alberto, Allison, Arnold, Carl, Dwayne, George, John, Marcus, Morris, Mickey. We've got some more people jumping in. Welcome to the call, everybody. Let me know in the chat if you haven't already where you're calling in from. It's always cool to see what's going on. This training is going to be very much a tutorial, and my job is to remove any roadblocks and just show you a path without stopping and skipping anything or glossing over everything, and show you how to build a for-profit online course with WordPress from scratch with no steps skipped. So I'm Chris Badgett. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Lifter LMS. The product is over 5.5 years old. Before that, I ran an agency that focused on these types of sites for 3 years. Adam's in the house from Carrie NC. Welcome, Adam. This I would encourage you to stay to the end. We are going to be doing one of our signature Lifter LMS giveaways. One of the things we're doing right now as part of helping the online education community, the entrepreneurs out there who are trying to figure out different ways of working from home and alternative income streams to fill the need of what they need right now, is we are doing more webinars, more training, trying to help and support you as much as we can. So ask questions. This is interactive. Stay to the end. We are going to do a giveaway, but also just ask questions as I go. I'll take questions at the end, but I'll also keep an eye on it if something's not clear while I'm right on it. So feel free to use the chat. And I'm just going to jump right into it and start building a website from complete scratch. We're going to build a real course that's going to end up on the Lifter LMS Academy. And this is going to be a complete for scratch build. So John's saying he's leaving and he may have to leave in 30 minutes. It's all good. We are recording this. If you do leave, you're not going to be eligible for the giveaway, but we are streaming this to the Lifter LMS YouTube channel. We'll put a link in the chat. If you have not subscribed to the Lifter LMS YouTube channel, I would encourage you to do that. But this video is streaming there live right now, so the replay will be there. We're also going to be emailing you the copy of the webinar replay, and it's going to end up in the Lifter LMS Webinars Vault page on our site, which we'll also put a link to in the chat. So this training is going to be here. It's going to be timeless. It's going to be really good. So if you are here in the audience and you have an account on Twitter or something like that, I'd appreciate a share of the YouTube live stream. Help get the word out about this free training. If you feel like it, much appreciated. So I'm just going to jump right into it, and we're going to build an online course website from complete scratch. So what I have here is a blank WordPress install. So let's look at what that looks like on the front end. That looks, hold on, I can close that. This is what WordPress looks like when it's first installed with the current theme, whatever this one's called. If somebody knows the answer, let us know in the chat. I don't know if this is 2020, 2021, 2019, or what this is, but there's whenever you install WordPress, blank install, it looks like this, which is basically a starter site for a blog. But WordPress is so much more powerful than just blogging or just building an informational website. And we're going to get into exactly how to build an entire online business, a learning management system, an online course, which can be standalone as an income producing digital product, but also be the starting point, if you so choose, to head down a more elaborate recurring revenue membership site or coaching program. Lifter LMS is with you from idea to first sale to full scale. And today we're going to start at the very beginning as if we just had the idea for a new course and we want to get it on the web quickly, ideally in an afternoon. And that's exactly what we're going to do here today. get it up for sale, even start collecting dollars with a future start date. We're going to show you how to do that. If your goal is to bring a course to market, do it fast and get to revenue as fast as possible. My job today is to show you how to do that and kind of get out your own way, get it up for sale, get the offer together, and put the pieces in place so you can start filling in the content. So if you're new to us, this is the Lifter LMS website. You can find it at lifterlms.com. And we've got all kinds of content on this site. You can see how it works. You can see what people are saying who have used it before. And you can see the various pricing, and these case studies are also quite interesting if you want to drill into some of the stories of people who are using Lifter LMS to create certain kinds of either revenue or impact in the world or building these types of sites for clients. These are some great stories. Just click on case studies at the top. But we're going to get right into the training. So I'm just going to pull up the site here. This is the front end of a blank WordPress install. We'll put a link in the chat to our recommended resources. There's certain web hosts we recommend for more high-powered sites like a learning management system, also for things like WooCommerce and e-commerce and stuff like that. So on the recommended resources page, we'll drop the link to where you can look at hosting. But when you buy hosting and you get your domain name and you've got WordPress, you're often starting at this point. So this bar at the top is called the admin bar. If you go to WP admin, you can see this is what it looks like in the back. So the first thing that I like to do is I'm just going to clean all this up, get all this out of here that we don't need. There's the screen options tab up here. Turn that off, turn that off, turn that off, turn that off. Don't need it because we're going to build a full-featured LMS website. And yeah, we're just going to kind of start with this blank canvas here. We could create blog posts. We could create pages. We've got some settings and some users and whatnot, but this is just the very beginning. So the first thing we're going to do is install Lifter LMS. If we go back to the website here, over on the pricing, you can see that we have individual add-ons for sale. You can locate them in the pricing table by clicking here and get them individually, or you can get some of them with the Universe bundle up through this point, or all of them with the Infinity bundle. And from inside your account, you're going to get the Lifter LMS plugin, the core plugin itself. You can download it here. I've already got it downloaded to my desktop, so let's jump right into it. So I'm going to go into plugins, click add new, and I'm going to upload a plugin. I'm going to choose a file, and here's Lifter right here. I'm going to open it. And what this does is I'm just installing it. I'm going to activate the plugin. And this is what we call the quick setup wizard. I recommend not just skipping this. I recommend going through it. You can always relaunch the setup wizard later, but this is just going to take you through a few steps to get started. So I'm going to click get started now. Lifter's going to add these 4 critical pages to our site that are needed for Lifter LMS to function. So I'm going to click save and continue. I'm in the United States. Lifter has customers in 131 countries, but just select your default currency. And I'm actually going to enable this offline payments thing, which we can look at in a little bit if you happen to sell in that way. I'm going to click save and continue. I'm going to skip getting a coupon, but you can get a coupon in the setup wizard. And go forward, and then the setup's complete. And we've got some tutorial videos here in the Lifter LMS Quick Start course. I want to show you what that looks like real quick. If I were to click on this link, you can see here is the official Quick Start course from Lifter LMS. Essentially, we're going to be doing what's in this course, but doing it live. But this course is here and can help you learn the product as well. We'll put a link to that in the chat of this webinar. But going back to the setup wizard, I'm going to install a sample course. Lifter can give you a sample course to help you get up and running. So we're going to drop that in. And there's the sample course coming in. Just to kind of get oriented here, what we're looking at right here is this is a course in the back end of WordPress, where we've got some course content up here, some of the various features. If you look over here, you see this little blue pulsing thing. This is the WordPress block editor. Lifter is built to all the highest WordPress standards. So we have a block-based design. So you can add and configure your own course layouts with these various course blocks provided by Lifter LMS. That's what these components are. For example, this is the syllabus block down here, which has various settings and whatnot. So this is the course, but before we get into looking at this sample course, let's see what our website looks like. I'm just gonna open this course. This is kind of a full screen view of the course just with default WordPress. I could get up and running with this, but I'm actually gonna put in a slightly different design just by using the theme that is currently the most popular in the Lifter LMS community. So if I go into the back here, I'm going to go to Appearance and Themes, and then I'm going to do a search for Astra. Let's see, where am I not going right? Oh, that's search installed themes. I'm going to click Add New, and I'm going to search right here for Astra. Here it is. I'm going to install, and I'm going to activate Astra. And so now you can see that our website looks a little different now, a little more plain. We can start playing with this, but I'm going to just go ahead and fix a few things to start this out. So if we go into Appearance and Widgets, I'm going to put the course sidebar. I'm going to put the progress widget there. I'm going to call that progress. I'm going to put the course syllabus widget in the sidebar. Call that lessons. And I'm going to do that on the lesson sidebar as well. So the lessons, I'm going to make it the widget collapsible, and we'll look at what this means in a second. I'm going to add the progress widget again right here. And just double check myself, click save on everything. I'm going to just build some pages real quick. I'm going to create a page called Welcome. And just for the sake of not looking at a blank site, I'm going to get some lorem ipsum text right here. And add some content. Let's see, that didn't copy. And let's see if that worked. Yep, there we go. So there's our welcome page. Just going to publish that. I'm going to add another one called About. I'm going to publish that. And I'm going to add another one called Contact. And I'm going to publish that. Now, of course, you'd go put in your real content information here, but just so we can set it up, I'm going to build the menu real quick over here in Appearance Menus. I've got a menu. I'm going to let's just call it the main menu. I'm going to create it. I'm going to put that in the primary spot, and I'm going to add welcome, about, contact. Up here in the screen options, I'm going to enable the Lifter LMS menu items, which are down here. Well, let me start up here on the pages. We'll put the course catalog up here, the dashboard, and I'm going to add these menu items. The dynamically generated sign in, sign out link. I'm going to add those to the menu and add these as well. I'll put the sign in and sign out at the bottom. So only one of these will display at a time. I'm going to rename the welcome page to home. And I'm going to put the about page next, the course catalog, I'll put next. I'm going to rename that to courses. And that's where we're at. So I'm going to save that. And then I'm just going to go into the Astra settings over in Appearance Customize. And over here, you can see where Astra, the free Astra theme, gives us some options. I'll change it to a 2-column layout for the courses and the memberships as well. We'll look at what that looks like in a little bit. And on the sidebars, on my pages, I want no sidebar. On the Lifter LMS layouts, I want to have a right sidebar. So when we look at courses, here's our course in the 2-column layout. And here we're getting into the actual, you know, this is the progress widget, the syllabus widget. You see how we updated the menu up here. And I'm going to just go ahead and publish my changes. Yeah, it did go left. I'm going to see what's happening there. Oh, I think I selected left sidebar right here. I meant to select right sidebar. There we go. Some people like it on the left. Some people like it on the right. You know what I mean? Thanks, Adam TM. I appreciate you pointing that out. We could also like adjust our widths and whatnot here. Like if we want, you know, like a 60-40 ratio, we'll have like more space for the navigation, smaller content area. I'll just leave that for now, but we can always adjust that here. And I'm gonna go ahead and hit publish. So this is what a sample course looks like. There's a few other general settings that I just wanted to look at. Let me see where it is. Site identity. Can I change stuff here? So I'm just going to change the name of this site to, can somebody give me a name in the chat? I need a name for this academy. It can be Fitness Academy. It can be Business Academy. Whoever writes first gets to name the sample site here. So what do you want me to call this? Dog Training Academy. All right, we're in. This is actually in my wheelhouse. I used to be a professional dog trainer for sled dogs. So that's fun. So you see how we just renamed it. We could of course do a logo up there, but I'm just going to keep it simple for this demonstration right here. And so I've published my changes. I'm just going to back out of this by clicking the X, go to the front end of the website. And there's one more thing I need to fix. There's our about page. There's our course catalog, contact, the student dashboard, the sign out button. But I need to make the home page not the blog. So let me find where to do that. I think it's in reading. So I want my home page to be a static page, and I want it to be the welcome page. So I'm just going to do that. Click save. So now when we go to our website, it looks like this. So this is in less than 18 minutes. I've built my LMS is ready to go. Now all I need to do is create a course, add some e-commerce stuff, and we can start selling it. So yeah, we can get into design. We can start messing with the colors. We can start adding a contact form plugin. There's a lot we can do, but let's just go for speed here and look at what we can do um, in terms of creating our own course. Sure, we have this sample course installed. And by the way, if you want to keep this course on your website, you can. If you want to sell access to this course, theoretically, you could do that. I have seen it done before, but this is just our gift to you. It's it's the Quick Start course for Lifter LMS, and we'll have a new version of this rolling out soon. This was made a couple years ago, and if you're not using what I call a free course lead magnet like this course has been one of the primary drivers of our email list growth over the years. It's a great way to do marketing as a course creator, to create this type of course. So let's make another course to go right here, which is actually our real course. And I just want to say hi to Mythic Reaper and Jacob on YouTube. We are streaming this on YouTube. Thanks y'all for checking this out. Leave another comment down below. Thanks for hanging in there on the YouTube side. So let's look at our course. So let me show you what I'm working with for the raw materials to make a course. I have an outline for a course, and I have a featured image. So in these times we're in right now, we're getting a lot of requests for you know, at Lifter LMS, we've been working online remotely for a long time. We've been using Zoom for a very long time to run meetings, webinars like you're in right now, all kinds of stuff. But the world needs to know how to use Zoom because we're all trying to figure out how to work from home, work remotely or distributed. And so I thought I'd put together a free course. At Lifter LMS, we try to give away as much value as we can. And this is just another way we're trying to dig in and share what we have to offer to the world. So I'm creating this free course about how to use Zoom and then take your recorded meetings and webinars and repackage that inside of an online course, or get going with a more of a training-based membership site. That's what this course is about. To actually record this content is only going to take me like a day. But today, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to build the structure so the website's ready to go. I can start selling it today, put a start date of Monday next week, add the content tomorrow on Thursday, and start marketing. If I was going to be selling it, I'd start marketing it and getting it ready for a Monday launch. Literally, that's how fast you can go to market with your online course. So let's build out this course. I'm just looking at my notes here. It's called Zoom for Educators. Somebody in the chat just designed a logo for me. I'm going to take a look at that real quick and see if it's any good. Yep, that's pretty good. I personally don't like square logos on the web, but I can work with this. I'd rather have the icon on the left and then the name on the right, but we can work with this. So let's just make this interactive. I'm going to download this logo, and we're going to just start working on our course and adding all the content in there. So I'm going to go into the back of the WordPress dashboard here. I'm going to go to courses, add course. And well, actually, sorry, let me go back first and get our logo on here. If we go to appearance, customize, and we go to the header, the site identity, you can see where we have the name right here, but we can also do a logo. So we'll upload the logo that Adam TMS was kind enough to contribute to this webinar. And by the way, I just want to say I appreciate the interactivity in the chat. It's super fun to do this kind of thing with a live audience. So there's our logo. I've just added it. Just a pro tip, I prefer like a logo that's 90 pixels tall, 270 pixels wide, but I'm not trying to be a perfectionist right here. I do like having the words in the logo. When people come to your website, they make a 5-second decision to see if it's relevant for them. And it's very important to have the words with the logo so that when somebody's doing that 3 to 5 second scan, they immediately know what the site's about. The first place they look is the logo. So I'm gonna insert it. See, this is the problem. Let's see. Oh no, I could expand it, and we're gonna crop the image, and you'll see it start showing up there, which is fine. We'll roll with it. What else can I do? Can I make it smaller? Yeah, there we go. I'll make it a little smaller. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the site title. So it's just the logo like that. So there we go. Thank you, Adam, for the contribution there. I appreciate that. So I'm going to go ahead and publish that. And let's get back to our course creation. So if we go over here to courses, well, let me get X out of that. And first, let's just take a quick look at our site. See, this is what it looks like now. Awesome. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go to the dashboard. We're going to go to courses. And there's the sample course that we imported from the quick setup wizard. And I'm going to go ahead and click add course. So now we're adding a new course. And what did I call this one? I'm actually going to just kind of shrink my screen and work off of this side by side so that I don't have to do a bunch of fancy stuff here. As much as you can have your content ready before you come to the LMS, the easier job you're going to have building the website. So the first thing I'm going to do is take the title of my course, which right now I'm just calling Zoom for Online Educators. And this, done is better than perfect. So if you're not sure, like I see people get hung up on the name of their course, you can always change it later. Just put something in there and launch it. So I'm just going to click publish, and I've got my course there. I'm going to go ahead and add this image on there. And we are using, I'm not a good graphic designer. Maybe if you're a good graphic designer in the audience, let us know in the chat. But I use a service called Design Pickle. I believe we have a resource on the recommended resources page. We'll put a link in the chat to Design Pickle, but that's where I get my images done, which is essentially unlimited graphic design for a certain monthly fee. So over here on featured image, I'm gonna click this button. I'm gonna click upload files, and I'm going to select my image. And I'm gonna set it. So there's my course title. There's my course image. And in this short description here, I'm just gonna write, in this course, you will learn to train your canine and yourself. If you've ever watched The Dog Whisperer, you know that most of the problems are not actually in the dogs, they're in the people. So anyways, that's just a little aside. So I'm gonna click update on that, and let's just see what that looks like. So if I go to the front end of my website, I go to courses, you can see how to use Zoom, Zoom for Online Educators. And I'm just gonna edit that again and make it discover how to use Zoom as a beginner. And obviously we want to put a bit more text in there. Do I still have my lorem ipsum up? I'm not going to do that live on this call, but we'll go ahead and put that in there. Let's say right here. And in the categories, I'm just going to make this beginner level. Well, actually a course difficulty. I'm going to add a new one called beginner. And on the categories, I'm actually going to add a new one called technology. And I'm going to update that. So we've got a little bit of information that kind of goes with the course. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to launch the course builder. So this is where the magic happens. This is where we build the online course from one screen. So we're going to look at how do we put all this lesson content into a course in a structured way. This is the beauty of a learning management system and what makes it different from a membership site. It's all about structured content and like progress tracking and user accounts and flows and people being able to mark things complete. That's what makes it LMS special. And Lifter has all the what you think of as a membership site plugin features built right into it. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a section. I'm going to call this one introduction. And then I'm going to add this. Oops, did I not copy that? What is Zoom? And how many sections? I have 1, 2, 3 more lessons. So why Zoom? And I'm not going to fill out this whole thing. I'm just going to do one section with you right now to demonstrate the point. And then we'll just move on. So this is where I'm at right now for this section. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add another section and some more lessons and another section and some more lessons. And I'm going to click Save Changes. And while that's saving, I'm going to grab a drink of water. And if we look up here, let's go see what this course looks like. See how it's coming together? And I'm actually going to turn the commenting off on the course here. And over in here is where we can start adding our videos and lesson content, which is as simple as taking a video link from your video hosting like Vimeo Pro or Wistia. We'll put a link to those in the chat. You can also, if you're on a budget, use an unlisted YouTube video. Those are the three most popular ways people add their lesson content. But all you do is you just click Edit Lesson, and you drop in either the link into a paragraph block here, or you can use this fancy embed for like Vimeo as an example and drop that in there. Either way, that's how you add the lesson content. So let's jump back out. And we're going to remove this comments on the bottom. That's over here on the right under discussion. We're not going to allow comments. I'm going to click update. And Douglas asks, how does one secure the content on Vimeo so that only paid people can get into it? That's a great question. Vimeo Pro has a setting where you can basically say that this website is only available on, or I'm sorry, this video will only ever be playable on mywebsite.com. So literally, even if somebody looked at the source code and tried to play the video somewhere else, they wouldn't be able to. So that's how you secure it. And because it's inside of the course where people have to purchase it, or if it's a paid course, or register if it's a free course, that video is protected behind the login. So that's how that works. So the next thing we're going to do is let's see, did I turn off the comments? Yep, I turned off the comments. So as we look at this, got those comments out of the way. Some people, I kind of like to leave comments off on the course, but turn them on the lessons so my students can interact and just drop questions and whatnot below the course. So as we go into the back, the next thing I'm going to do, if you can see on my desktop over here, I downloaded the Lifter LMS plugin, which is right here. And then I also downloaded the Lifter LMS helper, which is what manages your license key. So I'm going to go ahead and install that. So I'm going to go to plugins, add new, because what we need to do is we need to activate our license so that we can get the Stripe plugin on here and start making money with our course. So I'm going to go to upload plugin, select file, and I'm going to install the Lifter LMS helper. And to your question, Timothy, you missed the beginning. Yes, I do a walkthrough from the complete beginning, from a very blank website with just WordPress installed and nothing else. So I'm going to activate the helper here. So you can see I only have 2 plugins on this website. I have the core Lifter LMS plugin and the Lifter LMS helper. And then over here on the add-ons, you see this, after I install the helper, I have this area where I can add my license key. And once I turn that on, I'll be able to activate all the softwares that I want to use that are made by Lifter LMS. So for example, what I'm trying to do right now is I want to install the Stripe add-on for Lifter LMS so I can take credit card payments on my website. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my license key in this box right here. I'm just going to stop sharing my screen real quick while I do that. 1 second. I'm just putting my live personal license key in there. That's why I'm turning my screen off. And I'm going to put that in and then turn my screen back on. And you'll see this is just literally how fast and easy it is to install your Lifter LMS add-ons. So let's see. All right. So I'm going to share my screen again. So I've got my license key installed inside of this box. And you'll notice that now some of the buttons down here have changed. So I have the Infinity Bundle license. If you want to check that out, we'll put a link to the Lifter LMS pricing. That's our everything bundle. It has everything we make. So go check that out. And over here, now you don't even have to go to lifterlms.com, even though you could, and start downloading plugins and stuff like that. You can do it all from right inside your website after you activate your license key. So I'm going to install the Stripe add-on here and click apply. It's literally just clicking buttons. That's all it is. So now I have Stripe active on my website, and we'll put a link in the chat where to go to get the getting started with Lifter LMS Stripe. But it's super simple. All you need to do is log into your free Stripe account and get your license keys. And all Stripe is free to sign up for, and they take something like 2.9% of the transaction. So that's how they make money. But Lifter LMS, unlike a lot of other hosted LMS platforms, we did not penalize you for your sales and take any kind of percentage out of the money you earn on your website. We believe it's your money to keep and do whatever you want with. We're just offering you the tools to build your online course or your training-based membership site. So if we go to Stripe, I'm just looking over here under settings, Lifter LMS settings. And if I go to integrations, or rather checkout, let's see. You can see we've got, oh, I think I still need to activate Stripe. Let me see what I'm doing there. Plugins. Oh, I didn't activate it. I installed it, but I didn't activate it. So I'm just activating Stripe. I'm going back to the Lifter LMS settings, checkout, and down here you can see we have this manual payment gateway. So you can literally, with just the core Lifter LMS plugin and like your free PayPal account, you could get up and selling for absolutely no cost to Lifter LMS with the manual payment gateway. Most people are end up going to want to use Stripe or our official PayPal integration. So I'm going to turn that on by clicking here. I'm going to save changes, and then let's see here. You see these two spots for keys. There's your live keys, and then there's what's called the test keys. And for these purposes, we're just going to work with the test keys. I'm not going to put my live Stripe keys in the inside of here, but we'll put this part together in a second when it makes more sense. And Timothy is saying that he installed Lifter LMS by watching WP Crafter on YouTube. Should you start over? If you're already moving, that's great. You don't have to start over. This training is just for people who are starting from scratch and just want to see how to get to revenue as fast as possible with their online course using WordPress and Lifter LMS. So if you're already up and moving forward with Lifter LMS, you don't necessarily have to start over. So as I go over here, I'm going to go back to my course, and what we're going to do, we'll put a link in the chat to the access plans, is we're going to set up the payment situation for this course. Now, you're going to see us launch this soon, this Zoom for Educators course. I'm actually going to make it free, but for demonstration purposes, we're going to show it as if it were a paid course. So down here under the access plans area, I'm just going to open that up and click add new. So I'm going to do a one-time payment. And I'm just going to keep it super simple and do $1,000. And it's just a one-time payment. And we'll do lifetime access. Just keep it super simple. Next, I'm going to add another access plan by clicking on this link on this button. And I'm going to call this one my payment plan. And this one is going to be $400 every month for 3 months. So if I'm going to finance them, they're going to pay an extra $200, but spread the payments out over 3 months. So 400 payments once when they check out, then again after a month, and then again after another month. And again, they get lifetime access. If they were to cancel the payment or failed to make the second or third payment, they would be removed from the course automatically. This access plan system is super powerful. So I'm going to click save down here and update just to be sure. And let's look at what we've built. So you see now we're putting the e-commerce pieces together here. And we've got our one-time payment of $1,000 and then a payment plan for $400. And you can have like lots of these. I recommend 3 or less. But you can make any kind of pricing model you can come up with is possible with the Lifter LMS access plan system. So what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to copy my website link here, and we're going to look at that in an incognito window, which just allows us to experience the website as a regular visitor who's not logged in. Notice how this changed to sign in from sign out, because we're not logged in. And So what I'm going to do here is go to the course as if I was going to buy it. And you can see here um, where we can buy it for $1,000, or we could buy it for 3 payments of $400. There's a coupon code system we've got. Um, the credit card fields aren't showing up here because we haven't put in our Stripe keys, but all you have to do is just follow the instructions. Just Google Lifter LMS Stripe Getting Started Guide. And then here's the information you collect as somebody registers. If you want to customize this, you could use the Lifter LMS Custom Fields add-on, or like add fields that aren't here, or even one of our integrations with the forms plugins, and we'll put links to those in the chat. But if I wanted to, let's say, collect minimal information, but wanted to use these standard fields, I'm just going to show you how to edit that real quick. So if we go into the back here, and we go into Lifter LMS, settings, accounts, I might actually change the required password strength to medium so people don't have to put in super strong passwords. And over here on the checkout fields, I'm just going to make the first name required. I don't want the address. I don't want the phone number. I don't want them to confirm their email. I'm going to save changes. And then if we look at it and just refresh, you can see how our order form just got a lot simpler. The absolute minimum you can do from your WordPress LMS website is email address and password. In this case, I'm collecting the name. And that's often good to do, especially if you're going to have a certificate of completion using the Lifter LMS certificate system. And there's other reasons why you'd like to have their name, like in the analytics and reporting and stuff like that. So we're almost done with just bringing a course to market. I still, as I've created this, I've created the container for my course, but if I wanted to start selling today, all I would do is go into my course here. And under here, under restrictions, I'm going to give the course a future start date of, what's today, March 25th. Let's say Monday of next week, the 30th, is when they can buy it now, but they can't actually get into the content until the 30th. So I'm buying myself, 5 days to create the content, or I could even just create lesson 1 and do drip content and have the lessons roll out over time. But as you can see, if we go back to the course here, you can see that we have an actual course start date that's out in the future. So you can literally, what I've shown you here today is that we could get this course created, give the market an idea of what's in the program, describe it, and give people the ability to buy it. And then the actual content will become available on Monday next week. So this is how you use the 5% of Lifter LMS features that are available to create and launch your online course in about an hour and a half. It's going to take a little bit longer to, put your content on the about page, put in a contact form for the contact page, but it doesn't have to be super complicated in bringing your course to market. We're just using plain WordPress, the plain WordPress block editor, the core Lifter LMS plugin, and Lifter LMS Stripe. There's so many different things you can build with Lifter LMS. More complex membership sites, we can use page builders. There's a great video that a member of the Lifter LMS community, Will, made, and we'll put a link to this in the chat, about how to use Lifter LMS with a bunch of other tools like WooCommerce, Elementor, Cart Flows, and all these things. Or you can keep it super simple like I have for you right here today. So I'd like to open it up for questions, and if anybody has any, I'm happy to help. Yeah, Will's video is in the chat. Is there anything I can answer for you about getting your course launched quickly and fast using WordPress and Lifter LMS? And if we don't have a bunch of questions, that's cool, but I'm just going to give you a moment if anybody wants to ask me anything while we're here today. You know, if you're curious which products are right for you, what makes sense for you to start with, or anything about the software, I'm happy to answer. And I also just want to call your attention. We will publish this replay, but if you go to the Lifter LMS Academy, there's the beginner's guide to creating an online course with Lifter LMS. Check that out. It essentially goes through similar what we've gone through today. We'll put that link in the chat for you in just a second, Timothy. Appreciate that. Marcus is asking, are there certificates after completing the course? Yes, there can be. Let's take a look at that. So if we go over here, let's take a look at what the Lifter LMS options are back here. So Lifter LMS, you know, there's settings, there's reporting and grading. You can import courses from other Lifter LMS websites. You can browse all the various add-ons. If you need to submit a support ticket, we have this little kind of status thing that's generated that you can share with support so that they can help you find the answer to what you're looking for quickly. Lifter LMS has courses. We have memberships. Like I said, you don't need a separate membership plugin. And memberships can be used to offer access to bundles of courses or to lock down other content on your website or even parts of pages. That's what a membership is. And in engagements, we have email engagements, certificates, and achievement badges. So if we look at certificates, if I was going to add one, you can see we've got a certificate background right here. I could add I could add my own certificate background. There's also about, I don't know, 15 or 20 or so certificate backgrounds included in the Lifter LMS Power Pack. Or you can also design your own. But this is how you create one. Completion. And you see these merge codes up here. So it takes a second to get it all dialed in, but I'm like first name, last name, center, completed, how to Zoom, and you can see, will that preview for me? I'm starting to like kind of put this certificate together. It includes dynamic content. So we've got, this user is just called trial. They don't have first name, last name, but you could also put the date in here, like on earned date, center that. You could put a little fancy picture of your signature and whatnot on there. And you can see how our certificate's coming together. We also have a advanced add-on called Lifter LMS PDFs, which makes it possible to make these like totally PDF friendly if you need to be able to export them as a PDF directly off the website. So that's just another add-on we have. And all you do after you create your certificate is you go to engagements, and we just need to create a trigger to make that certificate happen. So I'm calling it Zoom course completion certificate. And the triggering event is when a student completes a course, this course, and we want to give them a certificate. and it's that one that we were just working on. And we want it to happen instantly when they complete the course. So that's all there is to creating a certificate with Lifter LMS. Why is the percentage bar, let's see, below the pricing options on the course page? Let's take a look at that. Good question, Adam. So let me look at an incognito window to see what you're talking about. Oh, well, yeah, the percentage, why is the percentage bar below the pricing options on the course page? It doesn't have to be. We could move it around. We could also hide it to non-enrolled users. I think it's here for by default just to show that this course does have progress tracking, and if you were to purchase it and you couldn't take it all at once, this bar would populate. But if we go into the course here, if we wanted to hide it on our quote sales page, all we would do is, first of all, we can move it up or down by clicking these buttons. And instead of displaying it to everyone, we could change it to display to enrolled users only in this course. So that's one way we could deal with that. Mickey asks, is there a way to import your existing customers from another program? There's several ways to do that. There are WordPress user import plugins, and then Lifter LMS has a bunch of bulk enrollment features where you could add a bunch of people at once through this box. You can also do it from the users tab right here. So you see how, like if I had a bunch of users here, I could check them all off and enroll them in the Zoom course just from this regular WordPress user screen. Lifter LMS also has a powerful voucher system where you could, if they're coming from another platform, you could just simply create these codes for, let's say, the Zoom course. And let's say I was bringing 50 users open. I could create one code that was good for 50 users. And let's say I wanted to rename it something simple that they could remember. And this is not a coupon code. This is a voucher activation code. So they essentially would go to a registration screen and enter the code, choose their best email, and choose their password that they're going to remember. So that's how that works. And you could also do it another way where you do, like if you want each user to have their own code, you can do that. Let's see, what am I supposed to do? Okay. So if I do 50 codes, well, let's say 30 codes, good with for one code each. You see how that added a bunch of codes, and then I can export that as a CSV and hand it out to my people. So there's lots of ways to get people from another platform onto your site. Cool. Anonymous attendee says, thank you for the webinars. They're very helpful. You're welcome. Thank you for the comment. Arnold asks, he would like to ask if you plan on integrating voice recording and recognition on our list of add-ons. You know, we're definitely keeping an eye on the language learning market, particularly where I think this is useful. There's lots of use cases for that. We did just do a demo with somebody named Marco who has a Lifter LMS site that they integrated with BuddyBoss, and he had a voice recorder recommended that he used, and he did a demo of how it works. If you haven't seen that, we'll put a link to that YouTube video in the chat. That's the best that I know of right now. We don't have immediate plans to add voice recording, but I'm sure there's some plugins and stuff out there that might already exist to help with that. So Arnold asks how to integrate the form add-ons as it requires to pay additional amount, or is it included in the bundle cost? Adam TM, he's got to run. Thanks for coming, Adam. Yeah, let me show you how the forms work, Arnold. So if I go to the Lifter LMS website here, and if I look at the pricing, you can see that the form add-ons are all included in the Universe bundle. They can, of course, be bought individually if you wanted to, or you just get access to all 4 of them in the Universe bundle. And of course, they're also included in the Infinity bundle. And if we scroll down here to the Forms add-on, you can see that you can click on these links if you want to get one of them by itself, or you just get all of them if you get either of the bundles. And Ninja Forms, WP Forms, and Formidable Forms all have free versions. Gravity Forms is paid only. So you do have to also have your own license for those tools if you want their paid version. What our plugin does is integrate them so that you can create a custom checkout form or require users to complete forms as they in order to complete a lesson. So anonymous attendee asks, how can you create LMS for high school? I was just on a call with somebody who's using LMS at the college level. It's really there's lots of ways to use Lifter LMS at a high school level. One way is for the teacher. Like if a teacher already has a WordPress website for whatever they're interested in, they could start putting their curriculum into online courses that they make available for free or for sale. If they do make them available for sale, they're not limited by geography or income cap by whatever the teacher salary is. The other thing they can do is they can use them as part of their traditional classroom to blend in the learning to supplement what's already going on in their live classroom. If you scroll down to the bottom of the Lifter LMS homepage, you can see these use cases. So you can do for-profit online courses and membership sites. You could create an online learning marketplace, a multi-instructor platform. You could do internal training inside of a company, which isn't about selling courses, but about training employees. And then you can do in-class and online blended learning, which is where a teacher would use Lifter LMS to essentially deliver a virtual version of a textbook, so that students could do their homework or had additional work that instead of reading a book, they're taking an online course. You could also, if you're an education entrepreneur, you could create this type of training and sell to teachers all over the world for them to integrate into their classrooms in the same way that textbooks have been done for countless decades. So there's some ideas about how to use Lifter LMS for high school. And I want to thank the people who are watching on YouTube. It looks like we're making it to the end of our questions. Thank you very much for coming. We are going to put this is on our YouTube channel, and we're also going to put it in the Lifter LMS webinars training area. If you registered for this webinar, you will get an email about the replay. We're going to draw the winner of our giveaway. And looks like we have a question from Salim. I'm going to bring Salim up, and then we'll get into our giveaway winner. Salim, how you doing? Gotcha. I've got you up, but it looks like your microphone can't unmute unless you're able. There you are. How you doing, Salim?
Fine, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. So your question is how can Lifter LMS help in Nigeria for the COVID-19 situation? Is that correct?
Yeah, sir. Because the present problem is that all the high school, including the higher institution, are closed up. But I'm thinking of suggesting if this kind of online program, then even when students are not attending the school, but using the online course can really assist.
I gotcha. Yeah, there's lots of ways we can help.
Yeah,
Number one, I just want to say
so I
first,
just
thank you. And we're big fans of Nigeria. We actually have a Nigerian team member. His name is Toyin, and
okay.
he's on the Lifter LMS support team. But there's several ways Lifter LMS can help. Number one is if you go to lifterlms.com/free, you can install the free Lifter LMS plugin, and we'll put a link to this in the chat. And for teachers who are doing blended learning, this may be all you need to really get started and deliver if they're not going to the classroom. As long as their students have internet connection, this could be enough. And for example, Zoom, the tool we're using right now, if we go here to the Zoom website, if you look at it in the plans and pricing, they have a free plan, which allows for up to a certain amount of minutes. I'm not sure exactly what it is for of 40 minutes per meeting, which is doable for a lot of things. And also you can contact Zoom. They do have some deals going for educators as well. We also wrote up in detail on the Lifter LMS blog. This is about college professors, but it also applies to primary school teachers. So these are some ideas on how to help in Nigeria. And also we do have a partial scholarship program, which we'll put a link to in the chat. If if the school is in need of some of our paid products and has financial constraints, we can look at that. So those are just a handful of ways we can help.
Okay, so please can I get in touch with the Nigeria you presented, the tour in here in Nigeria?
Yeah, probably the best way to do that is to join the Lifter LMS Facebook group, or the
Okay.
yeah, we'll put a link to that in the chat. Toyin's in our Facebook group. We don't provide official like technical support in Facebook, but it's a great place to connect with the community.
Okay, so because I want to try to make people understand like the school living is down, but still the education can continue without total shutdown. So that's why now I just created a website, one school. So that's why I need the LMS for me to get some samples so that I can present it to them, so that still while students at home, but they can still continue learning.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I mean, my advice would be to download the free Core Lifter LMS plugin here, and
Okay, sir.
and you should be able to demo, what you can do for a school. And this isn't going to cost you anything if you already have a WordPress website.
Yeah, I already have a WordPress website.
Awesome. Well, thanks for the question, Salim, and wish you all the best, and hang in there as we all navigate the COVID-19 situation.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. All right, Arnold's got a question. Can universities use Lifter LMS for teaching students? Absolutely. I was just talking with somebody who had built a Lifter LMS site that actually serves multiple universities. So yes, you can. And I would also send you to the same blog post that I have up right here, because this is about how college professors can use Zoom, Lifter LMS, and like video hosting to teach online. So if you're considering trying to get Lifter LMS in the hands of teachers, this is a was a good article to check out. But we're gonna take our winner and then wrap up this webinar. We just drew it. The winner is Maris van der Meulen. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. You are the winner of a free year of one of our $99 Lifter LMS add-ons. If you're already a customer, we can apply that to your existing license. But I want to thank you, everybody, for coming, and congratulations, Maris. Please send us an email to team@lifterlms.com so we can hook you up with your winnings. But thank you very much for coming and checking out this demonstration. I'm just going back to our website here so we can see what we built. It really took us about an hour to get this course up online and for sale. We're here to support you. So keep in touch with Lifter LMS, join our Facebook group. If you're a Lifter LMS customer and you need help, please do not be shy and submit a support ticket. If you have questions about anything, all you have to do is go to lifterlms.com over here, and on the contact, you can submit a support ticket right here. Just log into your account and make that happen. And Maris, yep, send an email to team@lifterlms.com so that you can collect your winnings. I want to thank everybody again for coming. If you need any of the links that we have put in the chat, please go ahead and grab those as we're going to close this out and those links are going away. You will get a replay in the mail. And yeah, thanks Maris for the kind words. It means a lot. I appreciate it. Love doing trainings like these. The world needs more online education happening right now. At Lifter LMS, we exist to lift up others through education and believe that there's a course inside of all of us. Thank you everyone for coming. Thank you, Kathy, for helping put this on. And I hope everybody has a great rest of your day. Take care.